Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, before starting this presentation, allow me to thank Mr. Andriana Gafar as the lecturer of this course who has provided this very valuable opportunity, and also to all my friends who have given their time. Good morning, hello everyone, we are from Group 4. I, Agim Mauludin, as moderator, am pleased to speak before you today to share language learner from learning style to identity with you. Throughout this presentation, we will share what our group has concluded about language learner from learning styles to identity. And hopefully this can be a blessing of knowledge for all of us. So without further ado, let's begin. Language learner from learning styles to identity. In the first, we have EFL in the 21st century between learning and education. We have change, impacts on FLT, learner autonomy, language learning, and language education. Let me explain a few pertinent points, and the first is a change. Change, the saying, the only constant is change, has become more relevant in the early 21st century as social change is fueled by immigration and alternative social identity constructions. Globalization and digitalization have accelerated technological change, fundamentally altering the workplace and patterns of using foreign languages, with an increasing number of devices supporting everyday communication. And the second is impacts on FLT. The shift towards English as the primary language in the EFL classroom has significantly impacted the goal of teaching and learning. Previously, competence in the target language such as English was the primary goal. However, the future of students' global lingua franca is uncertain with the possibility of Chinese or Spanish languages emerging.
The third point is learning autonomy. Target language competence is the primary goal in EFL classroom, but learn autonomy allows students to extend their language competence for their future life and career. This influences organizing lifelong language learning and understanding the biographical and political relevance of language and learning. Both functional autonomy and reflexive autonomy are essential for learn to practice and become critical and motivated. The chapter aims to address how learn become autonomous in these two respects. The fourth point is language learning. The first step toward autonomy in TEFL is viewing learn as intelligent processor of input, constructing and testing language hypotheses. The shift is focused, coincided with the communicative turn, shifting attention from to message and content. Language acquisition is now considered an constructive and strategic activity, processing input, negotiation meaning, and the producing output, resulting in the complex cognitive and emotional structure. The fifth point is language education. Wilhelm von Humboldt, a renowned educator, emphasizes the educational potential of a foreign language, leading to reform pedagogical approaches that prioritize foreign language learning over functional language competence. The cultural turn and understanding of learned identity construction future influence language acquisition, viewing them as a human being with complex biographical and cultural roots. This chapter will elaborate on this perspective and provide example of a teaching strategy and classroom activities. Language learning style. In this chapter, we have a 3 point. The first point is a visual. They learn benefit from image, video, and graphs to enhance their understanding of a language. The second point is auditory. They engage better with spoken language, music, and interactive audio materials. The third point is proponents. This hand-on learn through physical interactive exercise.
Factor affecting language learning. 1. Cultural immersion. Living in a foreign country enhance language learning by providing an immersive environment. 2. Motivation. High level of motivation drive learners to actively engage in the language acquisition process. 3. Age. Younger learners have a better ability to acquire language naturally, while adult learners may bring other advances, such as critical thinking skills. Identity and language learning. Social identity. 1. Social identity. Language learning is influenced by learners' social identity and their desire to connect with a particular culture or community. Personal identity. Individual learners' personal experience, beliefs, and values shape their language learning journey. 3. Learner identity. How learners perceive themselves as a language learner influences their self-confidence, motivation, and perseverance. Teaching strategies for diverse learners. Individualized instruction. Customized teaching methods to cater to each learner's unique learning style and identity. Inclusive materials use a variety of cultural inclusive research that reflect learners' background and experience. Collaborative learning encourage learners to work together, fostering a supportive and inclusive language learning community. Recognizing and celebrating cultural diversity in language learning. Multicultural classroom. Creating a culturally diverse and inclusive classroom environment enriches the language learning experience for all students. Cultural celebration. Organize events and activities that allow learners to share their cultural heritage and tradition. Cultural exchange. Facilitate pen-pal program or virtual exchange to foster authentic connection and cross-cultural understanding.
Finally, guys, we have reached the conclusion stage, and the group 4 can conclude the following 4 points that us include point 1 is embrace diversity, celebrate learners' unique backgrounds, and value the diverse perspectives in the language learning process. Point 2 is empower learners, build learners' confidence and motivation by helping them connect their language learning journey with their sense of self. The third point is personalized approach. Recognize and accommodate different learning styles and provide inclusive resources and teaching strategies. And the last one, or point 4, is cultural sensitivity. Promotes cultural awareness and respect, fostering an inclusive and enriching language learning environment. Yeah, I think this is the end of today's presentation, guys. But before that, I will open a question and answer session first in the WhatsApp group. And yes, and yes, yeah, I think this is the end of today's presentation, guys. But before that, I will open a question and answer session first in the WhatsApp group. And yes, these are some of things we can convey. Beforehand, we apologize profusely to all of you if in the previous delivery there may have been a word error or some statement that offended all of you guys. We are just ordinary people who do not escape mistakes. That's all our presentations. For your attention and time, we would like to say thank you very much.